Hey, welcome to the video. As promised, I'll be covering patch notes for Megabonk. So these are the 1.0.12 patch notes. Pretty much fixed the leaderboard, so removed all the hackers, and I made it so that the runs are a little bit shorter. But here we'll just get into pretty much reading the patch notes here. So it should be a fairly quick video today. Leaderboards are fixed. Final Swarm is now new stuff to prevent 5-hour long runs. That is, new ghost color has been added, which I believe is purple. That starts at around 6 minutes, and at the 12-minute mark, the invulnerable ghost spawn. So you should be kind of moving on to the next round at around the 12-minute mark, which prevents really long runs at really low FPS. There's also some weapon changes as well that you'll definitely want to know before focusing on some of the older metas. So fix the bug where Alt F4 and crashes of the game will corrupt the save file. So nothing too crazy. So the current meta requires you to wear sunglasses to run a 5-hour run at 1.5 FPS. They didn't intend that, so they added a new ghost, which is, I believe, the purple ghost. They also added a new Megachad theme, which is a song, and optimized the FPS for the Executioner and Black Hole. Black Hole has been nerfed quite a bit as well. We'll get into that. So hopefully they fixed the issue with the game crashes, etc. So Spaceman's passive now properly works and gives XP increases per level. The XP tome, I believe, is also decreased in how much it works. So Spaceman could potentially be a little bit more useful now. They've fixed the bug where the black hole hitboxes were 10 times the size of the actual projectile, basically covering the entire map. So now the black holes are a lot less useful. I guess it originally wasn't intended for them to be so OP, but they should be corrected now. So you might be seeing a lot less of the black holes used in the current meta. Fixed the bug where the spiky shield didn't stack correctly. Thank God, because I kept receiving that weapon repeatedly. Like I believe the purple drop from the chest, and when you have a bunch of those, I mean, I would prefer pretty much almost anything else, but it does provide additional shield. But that's great that another bug's been removed. So added max duration to weapons so you don't shoot. Stop shooting once you hit the projectile limit. For example, the sword projectile is being affected by duration, even though it's only ever active for 1 second. Interesting. This will definitely help with a few of the weapons. Too much duration made it active for much longer, which means the cap is being filled with empty projectiles. Basically, weapons like the Execution, Axe, Sword, etc. are working properly and shooting their projectiles now, even with high duration. This is a buff for pretty much all the weapons. So, yeah, pretty much every weapon has been buffed if you were using a high duration kind of meta. The Chaos Tome now gives a 50% better reward. I have a video on how to get the Chaos Tome on the channel, as well as I did issue kind of a community challenge called the Gambler's Run on the channel as well, which requires you pretty much to choose things that give you random rewards or chances of something happening. So if you're interested, I did release that video yesterday. It's a really fun challenge. I like to see more challenges in the community, and yeah, feel free to watch that. So Roly Bones enemies on desert are now slower. That's actually really nice. You really needed a fast character on the desert to actually be able to escape those. So those were kind of annoying when they did stack up, especially in the swarm. Black hole default size increased by 20%. So the default size has to be, I'm assuming, increased because they nerfed how big the hitbox was. By I think, what is it, 10 times or something. So you will notice that the black hole is a lot larger now, but its hitbox is considerably smaller. Black hole proc coefficient reduced. Match similar weapon sword aura X, etc. Proc coefficient is a multiplier used to proc stuff like moldy cheese or spicy meatball. So if pretty much you have an effect that has a chance of applying to an enemy, it's gonna be less likely to apply now. The spicy meatball or the moldy cheese. For specifically the black hole, which is passive marksman, now has cooldowns reduced by 0.4 seconds per 10 levels. Starts at 5-second cooldown and caps at 1 second cooldown at level 100. So the bush is considerably getting a lot better. Bush is actually a lot of fun to play if you haven't tried that one. I would definitely check it out, and I might be doing a video on that soon, especially since they buffed it a little bit, but I definitely don't think it's going to be the meta anytime soon, but I do believe that they'll keep improving or kind of buffing it over time. Joe's Dagger, which was pretty much the meta for every single build before this patch came out, now has a max damage increase cap of 200 per minute. So if you have 10 daggers, that's a max of 2000% damage per minute. This means it's unchanged early and mid game, but very late game, it's not going to be the only viable option anymore. For this change, you could get 20,000 damage in 10 seconds, which nothing else in the game could contest. So pretty much this was the meta. You would just try to get a Joe's Dagger with the Executioner, and every single time you hit an execution, it would pretty much increase your damage, and it would just stack infinitely. So now there is a cap on that. It is still extremely effective, and I do still think it's going to be the meta for a lot of builds. So you're still going to be seeing a lot of the Executioner being used pretty much most of the builds that you do see, just because people are going to be going for the Joe's Dagger, but a lot of other builds are also going to be much more effective now. So the XP tome nerf goes from 9 to 7%. The majority wanted this nerf, excuse me. But some people didn't really like it. At least give it a try. If everyone else hates it, he can revert it back to 9% next week. Please go easy on him. I'm assuming this is the default XP or per upgrade, the lowest tier upgrade. It's going from 9 to 7%. So there is a nerf on this, which is what I was saying for the Spaceman. Now that they fixed the XP, it might be a little bit more viable to use for different kind of things, but they did nerf the black hole, so I don't know how effective that character is going to be. So leaderboard fixes, so fix the issues that allowed players to break the leaderboards for the others. For other users, removed all leaderboard buttons until he implements leaderboards like character-specific leaderboards. Character-specific and map-specific are going to be really cool, just to see how far people can take it. Take the game with different builds for specific characters. So overall leaderboard pretty much gets stacked with the same character once a certain meta gets found, like the Joe's Dagger, the Executioner, the Bandit. Set up a list of known cheaters, banned globally, and once you're caught cheating, pretty much you get perma-banned from the leaderboard. And for the future updates, they are actually planning multiplayer, which I'm pretty excited about, but I believe this is coming once everything is fixed and addressed. So that's going to be a much later down the line update, and there's going to be more maps, items, characters, and weapons. I'm assuming there's likely going to be DLC from this game, but I think people were assuming this game kind of pops off and Dev wasn't going to keep creating updates for it like many other games. But to me, it seems like there's still a lot of potential for this game, and it's going to keep growing quite a bit, especially with future updates, multiplayer, etc. So there's a lot of stuff being worked on that's coming soon, probably. Opacity settings for particles and projectiles. That's actually super amazing. A lot of people were asking for this, especially with that sunglasses comment that the dev made earlier. That's once you get size of projectiles extremely massive and quantity, you pretty much can't see anything around you. So if you could let the opacity down, it would pretty much ease the eye strain. Kind of getting over a cold, so my voice isn't all there yet, but it is coming back fairly quickly. So there's more information when hovering stuff like weapon stats and etc. Pinning and tracking quests in game when paused. This one specifically, I would have amazing to me, because particularly for like, say, if you're going for the Chaos Tome where you have to charge every single altar inside of the game and you accidentally move out of bounds or you're like right next to the edge and you're not sure if you missed one or not. It would be really cool if you're able to actually see within the menu if you messed up your run and you can restart. Did have that happen to me one time, so I played an entire playthrough and I don't know if I missed a single shrine or what happened if I stepped out, but I had to redo the entire thing. That's second run. The full completion is on the channel if you're interested in watching that. Definitely check it out. It's pretty easy to actually complete. Isn't too difficult. And yeah, check out our other videos on the channel. If you have any questions about this, I could do some research for you. Just post them down in the comments below. If you want to see more content, like the video, obviously. And thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye.